Well, hi there. Well, out and about. At least for a moment. It's good to be out sometimes. And if even just for 1 or 2 hours. Yeah, I don't know, reconnecting with nature, with the region. So, you know, I'm right in Lower Saxony. Yeah, there's not much around. This is street, several hundred meters from here. What you still can hear that because, yeah, landscape is just so flat here. So you hear every sound over miles, kilometers. Winter has us, really. So we already had around 10 centimeters of snow last week, so I was coming early. So we know in northern Germany we don't have much snow on December. So perhaps on January, February, sometimes we don't have any snow at all. But December, that's pretty early. Beginning of December. Yeah, so and they say winter is coming now, gonna hit us hard. Yeah, let's see. So now we have around 0 and streets are slippery. Yeah. And if you drive, if you just go outside and you just I don't know, you drive through the landscapes all over Saxony. Oh, that's so flat. All the fields they're done now, so you see a lot of brown and no leaves on the trees. Only green as grass. So, well, you know, sometimes. So this region here, well, that is what the Romans called Germania Magna. So Germania Magna. Oh, those are the parts of Germany I never joined the Roman Empire. So where people normally don't do many words, except for me, perhaps. So, I don't know. You see, I'm not that typical, perhaps. I asked the farmer. When I came here, I asked the farmer if I'm heading the right direction. Yeah. He just had something like yo. So yo. Well, that means yep. So yep. So as far as it goes, I think. So sometimes you just get a hint for the direction. Yeah, what? Doesn't really mean people are impolite or something like that. So it's just the way they are. I don't know. It's an open landscape here. Not so many people on small grounds, so I think that's the reason. Not sure why, but they're honest. So they always say what they think. So it doesn't mean they're not helpful or unfriendly. I don't know. If you're not used to that, you come perhaps from the region of Germany like Cologne, or from the Rhine, or from the south. So maybe you at first may think that's impolite, but it's not. It's just the way people talk here. Yeah, and now when winter is coming, and it's really coming now, so well, you know, if you know the channel, then I suggest something more serious, so some real tobacco. And when it comes to real tobacco, HU is always a possible choice, let's say that, a possible choice. So I already talked a lot about HU in different videos, I think. So there's something new on the market. So, and there's a tobacco that came up, I think, on April or May this year. I think April. So, and I'm not pretty sure, but I think it was first presented on in Lomar. So Lomar is that's a special occasion during the year, so where pipe makers and the community joins, and yeah, it's got more important, I think, over the last few years. I saw that on there are at least 2 videos I've seen in the German community about this new tobacco, and I think one is done by Helmut Matschinger, and the other one is done by McCrunchian, I think. And they gave some information about what they know about how the process of inventing that tobacco and just working on that tobacco by Hans Wiedemann, the master blender of HU tobacco, the mastermind behind HU tobacco, I think you could say that. How he came up with that and the whole process of I don't know, developing this kind of stuff. So he didn't just throw that stuff together and just what he had in mind or something like that and place that on the market. He came up with several ideas, and I think he's on several occasions he presented that to members of the community, and just to, yeah, I don't know, just to understand what they think about this tobacco, and if they come up with any suggestions or something like that. So, but in the end, so I think he did it his way. So I'm gonna show you the tobacco. And this would be Nyala. Well, you know, that's a series, foundation by Musico. I hope camera gets this properly done. So Nyala, it's one of those African named tobaccos. Makuva, for example, one of the best HU tobaccos for me. So this tobacco is quite unusual. Why do I say that? It's unusual for the German market, because on the German market we don't have much of a tradition in cigar leaf blend. I know for some of you that might sound strange, because there are several good tobaccos with cigar leaf blend on the market, but not so many done by German companies. So that's not very usual. I'm not sure why. Perhaps because cigar smoking has a long tradition in Germany, so especially in the times before the war and even after the war, cigar smoking was the common smoking for the simple man, also pipe smoking. But cigar smoking, that wasn't I don't know, left for the rich people or whatever. That was quite usual. So even the working guys, so they had their cigars. They were cheap cigars, of course, so, and they bought it in large amounts, so always in 200, 100, 200 packages or whatever. So There was a lot of stuff on the market, and that was for a reasonable price. And perhaps that's one of the reasons so that cigar smoking and simple cigar smoking, especially Brazil. So Brazil cigars, that was very common in Germany. And not now anymore, but it was very common, and perhaps that's one of the reasons why this is separated. So perhaps that's the reason why we don't have so many pipe tobaccos with cigar leaf, because yeah, we're a tradition in cigar smoking anyway. So yeah, also my grandfather, he used to smoke a lot of cigars, and then at the end, when it was short enough, he just put that in the pipe and finished that up. So yeah, so he had a cigar leaf already, so he didn't need a special cigar leaf tobacco. So but times changed, so now we have a sophisticated, rather sophisticated cigar leaf blend here, I think. Okay, let me show you the tobacco. Or should I first tell you what's in it? So it's in German. I have to translate that. So it's red Virginia, ready wrap flake. There's burley from Malawi. Some of them cube cut. There's Perique, Havana, and some Brazil tobacco. It's just a little something, because Brazil is pretty strong. So when it comes to the special taste or the notes of the Brazil, they like to get in front of, or being dominant, let's say that. So they say that's an impressive amount of different tobaccos here in the Nyala, and it's a mixture of middle strength but with a lot of taste, they say. So there's a little bit of chocolate note on the burley, sweet Virginias, and very typical Perique fruity notes. Yeah, and there's also some Havana leaf and some Brazil tobacco. We already know that. And yeah, they say it's great. Of course they do. So yappity yap. So an unusual tobacco. It's a little bit spicy, and perhaps even some Caribbean note. I don't know. But it's never like a cigar. Yeah, tobacco at its best. That's what they say. Well, they say it's never like a cigar. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure if I agree with that. I'll tell you. Let me show you the tobacco. So they say there's some cube cut, some flick parts, some ribbon, and they're right. Cube cut. The cube cut on this tobacco. Let me try. Okay. Hope that will do the trick. So perhaps you can see the cube cut for yourself. So the cube cut is very small pieces. It's just I don't know, 2 millimeters in length. So, but it's all right. I don't know if it's always needed to do so much effort on the mixture of the cut, but perhaps. So the cube cut normally provides a good burning, but it's very small, so I think that's different. It's not that different from let's say ready wrap when it comes to the smoking. So I think, but it's all right. So it burns pretty well. The smell, if you smell that, it's all about chocolate. It's all about chocolate. Wow, this is really so chocolate. I don't know many tobaccos that having this kind of chocolate note. So I've seen, I think it was Howard Machinger, he said it is malty. So it reminds him of the old barn at his grandfather's farm. So malty. Yeah, I think he's right on that. It's malty and chocolate. So I think these two components are anyway close. So it's a good taste, good smell. So and then if you light that up, you pack that. It's packed easily. Humidity is absolutely all right. You won't expect anything less from HU tobacco. So humidity is all right, and packs easily, burns pretty well. So now about the taste. When you light that up, very chocolate-like, very chocolate-like. I think the tobacco has a medium strength when it comes to the nicotine. The taste is not that powerful as they describe it, but I like that. So it's sweet enough, it's quite sweet, has subtle, at first it has subtle cigar notes, but the cigar notes, they're getting stronger. So the tobacco shows the whole variety of taste, cigar notes, chocolate notes, Virginia notes during the smoke. So at first I think there's a lot of chocolate casing. So if you know HU tobaccos, you know the typical HU casing or tastes like, and I like that. So that's some kind of company taste. Many companies have these. So let's say McClellan, very typical, but also McBaron, they have a company taste, and HU they certainly have that for sure. So that's very typical here in the chocolate variety. So and that's pretty well. So and then after first third of the bowl, you will get stronger cigar leaf notes, and that will continue. And that will continue. So cigar leaf blend, that's my experience at least, likes to get stronger at the end of the bowl. And it's the same here. So at the last third of the bowl, you want to go easy on that. So you want to be careful with the heat, especially with the heat. So because otherwise it likes to get harsh. It doesn't get moisty in any way, so that's interesting. So I think no matter what amount of heat you give the tobacco, there's no problem in too much moist of the tobacco. But you can easily get some harsh notes out of that, and that's quite normal. So with many of the cigar leaf blends, I think that's the case. Perhaps you know my video about blending an own cigar leaf tobacco, and even for this tobacco, I really like this tobacco still very much. But even on that tobacco, on the last third of the bowl, you can get some harsh notes, and the cigar leaf will get stronger. So yeah, you have to decide on your own if you like something like that or not. So I don't have a problem with that. So I prefer the first third and second third of the bowl, especially the second third of the bowl, with these really nice, interesting Brazil Havana mixture of cigar notes. So, and I said I don't absolutely agree that it's always subtle and always in the back. I think at least in the second third of the bowl, you get a good amount of cigar leaf, and that's interesting. So it's a good tobacco, let's say, after Christmas dinner or whatever. So especially now in these times, in the winter time, I think it's, you know, sometimes you just feel the need for something more real. So for some real stuff. I shouldn't say that always. Well, you know, I also like the aromatics, so that's real tobacco too. So I think you know what I want to say. Yeah. Anyway, the price. Don't want to leave you without the price. So hope you can get it at your place. As I said, I think it was in my last HU video about Macuva tobacco, and Indaba, there's a video about that. Oh, yeah, the birds are leaving now. It's really time for them. Yeah, so I already said there that I already had Bosch down in the south of Germany, and I will stick to that. It's a great service they provide, and it's really amazing. So, and but if you order from outside Germany, I think it's Janssen. So, but on the other video, there's a link down. You can see that. So I'm not sure if you can get this outside Germany. So, but the price would be €20.60, and that's a fair price. So it's good tobacco, and it's unusual stuff. And we should, well, I don't know. We should always be willing, I think, to pay some extra cent for unusual stuff. So if you want to put that down the cellar, and this would be perfect for cellaring, except for one thing. So take care of the tin. So this tin is not absolutely closed, so it's not vacuumized. So you want to jar that up if you get the tin. The tin is all right for several months, but not for several years. So you better jar that up if you want to do it, put it down the cellar. So be careful with that. But it would be an excellent tobacco for jarring, I think. So for cellaring, 5 or 6 years. Maybe all the harsh notes in the last third of the bowl, they may be gone then. Absolutely possible. So okay guys, I think that's it for today. Gonna head out. What's that? Oh, did you see that? Wow. Just for a moment I thought a Spitfire is coming and I better seek cover. I don't know. Always thought the war was over. Oh, he is heading for me again. So, guys, take care. Hope you have a great Christmas time. Perhaps I have a chance to do a video before New Year. I'm not sure about that. So, if not, I hope you have a great New Year, great Christmas time, and peaceful time. And something good to chew on, especially. And hope you're all doing well. And take care guys, and perhaps see you again.